Hi up friends, today we're going to be talking about survival tips for Lego Fortnite Expert Mode. I still see a lot of people chatting about they are dying all the time. I see that both on Facebook, on Reddit and everywhere I am looking, and I am active in the Lego Fortnite communities. So I will just be giving you some of my best tips here that I've been figuring out so far. See, the place that I would be right now, also this is underneath my actual base I built up here. The base is up here and I'm not ready to reveal it to you yet. This underneath here is just my old base. The place I'm at right now in the game, I would normally just go for, see, I have the green charms here, the cool headed charms, and normally I would just go for a brute scale. I would go out in the snow and hunt for a frost brute so that I can get a brute scale and get the purple charms. But that's not what I'm going to do here. Actually, I prepared this and this and this and this for some quite, I would say, underrated charms. Let's go over here. See, one charm that I never use normally is the blue inner fire charm, but as you can see, it's 4 hearts, and the charms that I'm using right now is only 3 hearts, so that will buff me up. Also, it also gives me protection against the cool when I'm going to the frost biome. And now I can put it up here, and now I've gained an extra heart. So in Lego Fortnite Experts mode, it's all about the extra hearts, since there's no armor. And when there's no armor, there's new charms to consider. One new charm that I've never considered before is this one, the charm of resilience. I'm looking at this exact charm here because I didn't have enough ruby to make 2 of this inner fire charm. It cost 5 cut ruby, which I think is quite expensive. But there is other charms here. This one, for example, also gives you 4 hearts. It costs 3 normal brute scale, and if you're not wanting to fight normal brute scales, then this one is only 3 hearts. But there's this one, it's also sand brute. I'm looking at this one in particular because it requires no brute scales. It's only the sand shells from the desert, and that's why I'm going to be making this. I've never made this charm before, but now I can put it on in here, and now I have the 2 extra hearts. I'm wearing charms right now that I've never actually used before in this game because it's experts mode, and I'm taking it slow. I'm going through all the charms. Now I'm at the blue level. Normally, as I said, I will just skip away and go to the frostlands and get the purple charms. So the next one, the best tip here is get a crossbow. I've said that before, but crossbows are the first thing you need in the game, and I'm going to show you why, because instead of just talking about it, I would have some fighting tips here. Now this here is the blue crossbow, green, and this crossbow also, there's 2 before it. I can actually take, I'm just going to make a simple crossbow to show you how cheap it is. You're going to need this spinning wheel so that you can make cord. You make those by taking vines into a cord, and you make the crossbow string, the drawstring, by taking cords into it. But let's try and make the cheapest of all of the crossbows, the gray crossbow in this game. This requires us to have 5 of these rods, 5 of the wooden rods, and a cord. I'm just going to show you here by taking this in my inventory. I'm just going to have this here. This is a crossbow you need as early as you can get it, because when you are fighting, let's say you meet a wolf, you are much easier to survive in the game. I'm just going to be, instead of just talking about, show you how I fight these animals, because there is a technique to fight, especially the rollers. There's a roller right here actually. Remember guys, if you want to help me and you like this type of content, consider hitting the subscribe button. That will mean a lot. Now let's get back to the video. If you don't know it, rollers are really not good with shields. Oh, there's a bear. I'm not going to fight the bear yet. See, this roller here, you hold up the shield by right clicking and then you shoot it in the bottom. Because if you shoot it in the front, you only do 10 damage, but if you shoot it in the bottom or in the ass when it's upside down, you do double damage. So you're just going to roll it here. And also, as far as I know, the shield doesn't take any damage when you have a roller rolling into it. I'm not going to fight the bear right now. That's not what I want to do. But as you saw, I actually took that roller out with a gray crossbow and it was super easy. And now I'm going to find myself a wolf. And the spiders, you can take them out with anything. I use axes and pickaxes and anything. They are not dangerous, even if they are in the purple form. I'm just going to show you once more. Here's the roller, and it rolls into me like this. And now I'm going to shoot it in the ass here when it's upside down, and it do 20 damage. Now we have a wolf. I'm just going to show you, okay, we have two wolves. So I'm going to show you a technique now I will do to fight a frost wolf that would make you someone invulnerable. So you can put down a stairs here and then have a floor ready. If you go up here and then you jump, sometimes you can, like this, jump. Now you have a platform here where the wolves cannot attack you. And then you can just, normally if I am fighting the, okay, I'm just very bad at hitting this. But if I'm fighting the, see, they cannot attack me. And if I'm fighting the bone wolves, or if I'm fighting the wolves in the frostlands, and I just don't want to die. See, this is with a gray crossbow. See how overpowered it is? Now I'm going to shoot it with the green crossbow compared to it. Also, if it attacks, you can see it's just until it sniffs, and then when it attacks, you do the dodge thing. So you can always do it like this. Wait for it to attack, and then do it like this. They're actually not that hard if you know what to do. Of course, it's a bit faster, all the attacks and so on, if it's a purple Stormwild one you are meeting. But this small trick here to do a stair and then do this to go up on the top and jump. Oops, go up on top, jump, and then you have like this small platform when you are fighting wolves that's out of your league. A good idea is to build one of each before you do it, so you have it in the reasons tab. See, we have one more of these. The rolling attack is actually their most dangerous. See, with a blue crossbow, by shooting it in the bottom, you are actually one-shotting these. And I have 3 more of these roller helmets. I like to call these helmets because calling it a scalp is a bit... So a part of this tip is, of course, get a shield also as fast as you can possibly get a shield. One thing that I'd really like to know from all of you guys is that when you've learned all my fighting techniques here with the platform fighting and using a crossbow, a shield to attack the rollers, and when you know to get a lightsaber and so on, I'd like to hear, do you think the game here, the expert mode, is too easy? Or do you think it's balanced? Or do you think it's actually too hard? I do not personally know what I think about this totem of return being in the game. I didn't think that it would have been in the game. I don't know if this is considered a true hardcore mode. Of course, you can just play without it, but then you can say you did play without it or you didn't play without it. But I don't know if we need a total hardcore mode where there's no totem of return. Actually, I don't know. So I'd like to hear your opinion about this specific thing, and if you think experts mode are balanced or not. Now let's get on with the tips of this video. Then quite early on in the game, you can get one of these barns. Put a barn down and get yourself a cow, because when you are fighting, as you can see here, I have one of these snowberry shakes. and I have in here a lot of burgers. When you feed a cow, when you feed it snowberries, 5 snowberries give a snowberry shake, and 5 chilies, they buffed how much is needed. I have chili bush over here. Then you get a spicy burger. But the snowberries and the spicy burgers is a very good combo to always run around with, because the snowberry shakes has one thing that, besides keeping you cool in the warmth, as if you didn't know, the shakes are meant to keep you cool-headed if you're in the desert or in a desert cave. But they also have one thing that's super OP, is that they will heal you to almost full. I can see it will heal you 12 hearts, and it does it almost instantly, because when you have a burger like this, it also heals you a lot. But I'm using the burger more to reduce hunger, because as you see here, the burger takes 4 seconds to eat, and if you're in a fight, it's a problem. But if you're in a fight and you have this, take a look at how fast this is. 1 second, and then you are at full health again. So this combo here, for a fast one and a slow one, I use the burgers to fill my stomach, and then we are at full health, and we have 4 extra hearts for when we are wanting to battle. I have another concrete fighting tips here. I'm going to show it here. If you look at my stamina meter here, do never run it all the way down, because as you can see, when I'm going to run it all the way down now, then I have to wait for it to recharge fully before I can run again. But if you just run like this, you can always run when it's in the middle. If you don't like discharge it fully, you can always start running. And the tip here is, when you are fighting one of these, this is actually a Stormwild one. If you wake this up, attack it at least once, because then you will get the stuff. And then when it's close to you, then you start running. Take a look, see if you can find these geishas, if they are anywhere near. But do not start running from it with your stamina bar low or anywhere near low. If you are attacking one of these rollers that explodes, go up to it without running. Like, we have one more over here. I'd like to actually take this and this normal one here and just wake it up. And then when it starts, the fuse is now the fuse is started. Now you can start running. Use your glider if you don't have one already. See, if you are at full run speed, you can outrun it. If you are meeting one of these Stormwilds one, you might want to wait until the fuse has been lit for a few seconds before you start running. Now we have a Stormwild, one of these desert ones, but it's just the same technique. You get it into your shield like this, and then you shoot it in the ass. You do 40 damage with this one, and then you could do the... See, it only 1 damages when it's rolling, but from behind there's a lot of damage. If you find yourself in a situation where you have lost your totem of return and you don't have enough storm cores, as I did in the beginning of my game, because I actually died just right off the bat and played the game almost like the first hours and so of the game, I had no totem of return. But you can actually farm these storm cores quite easily. As you can see here how many I have of them, that's just for normal fighting, and you can get them quite easily by just attacking lower level animals like the rollers if you have a shield, or the spiders because they are quite easy. Or you can use my trick here like this and then go up here and jump, and then you can attack wolves in the grasslands, and quite fast you would be having all of your storm cores left. Like, fighting with a melee weapon is just not optimal. And as you can see here regarding melee weapons, I have the lightsaber. By going into the Star Wars cave and go to the Star Wars village and upgrading it to a level 6, you will get the Star Wars lightsaber by talking to Captain Brava. That's actually quite easy. Getting it to level up, the first level is actually just by getting dropping 3 pumpkins, and you'll only have to fight 10 stormtroopers in total in order to level it up all the way to level 10. The rest of it, or to level 6, that's required. The rest of it is actually just almost just building in the base and requires no real fighting skill from you. So getting this lightsaber is really good, because the lightsaber is damaging 11, and you'll actually have to have a I don't even have it yet, a metal sword with damage enchantments in order to damage more than 11. But there is one thing that this is just super awesome for. The lightsaber is super awesome for because it recharges when you have used all the blue one, as you can see at the bottom here. It recharges in 10 minutes. And what you can do is you can chop like a few times into when you're chopping for ruby or when you're chopping for something else. Then you can chop a few times with the lightsaber, and then you can take out your pickaxe, maybe with a lock enchantment, and then you can just chop 1 or 2 times, and then you can use much less durability by having a lightsaber that will keep recharging all the time. Thank you so much for watching. If you like more Lego Fortnite, then consider clicking this video here. This is another video about Lego Fortnite. Hopefully I will see you in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye.